Assalamu alaikum 7th class. Today is your science lecture, so open your books. Today we are going to start the new chapter, chapter number 3, the periodic table. So the name of chapter number 3 is the periodic table. So let's understand or let's start this chapter. So before starting to understand the periodic table, we have to learn the basic things of elements or atoms. First of all, we have to know that what is matter. Students, matter is the things that have mass and take space. कोई भी ऐसी चीज़ जो जगह घेरती हो और वजन रखती हो वो मैटर कहलाती है. It's mean all the things we have seen are made up of matter because all things have mass and take space. So it's mean everything of the world is made up of matter. So let's start. First of all, we have taken anything. This is anything. When we examine this thing under the microscope, we will see that it is made up of some tiny particles. This is matter, and this is made up of small tiny particles. These are called atoms. So what are atoms? So atoms are the tiny particles, small particles present in the matter. Everything is made up of atoms. Let's see the structure of an atom. Student, this is the structure of an atom. At the center of the atom, nucleus is present. This is called nucleus. What is this? Nucleus. And in the nucleus, two subatomic particles are present. First one is proton, and it is positively charged. Second particle is neutron, and it has net charge, means it is neutral. Neutral means no charge, and from neutral its name is neutron. So neutron has no charge, proton has positive charge. Proton plus neutron are present in the center, so this center portion is called nucleus of an atom. So students, we can say that nucleus is positively charged because it has positive charge, and neutron has no charge. Around the nucleus, some particles are also present. What are these particles? These are negative particles, and these are called electrons. So electrons are the small particles that are negatively charged and move around the nucleus. This is the structure of an atom. And in atom, three particles you have seen. First one is proton, that has positive charge. Next one is neutron, net charge, means no charge. Third particle is electron. Electron is negatively charged. So three particles are present in the atom. Proton, which is present in the nucleus, neutron also present in nucleus, and electron orbit around the nucleus. This is the structure of an atom. Next we will learn the history of an atom, means के atoms कब discover हुआ. So let's start. First scientist name is John Dalton. What is the name of scientist? John Dalton. In 1766, from 1766 to 1844, he is the first scientist who discovered the atom. He worked from 1766 to 1844. He said that water evaporates into air. He said that Water only evaporates into air when it is made up of small particles. So these particles are atoms. So Dalton then had the idea that everything is made up of particles which could not be broken down into anything smaller. So John Dalton is the first person. He said that everything is made up of small particles which cannot be broken down into smaller ones. So these particles are called atom. This is the work of John Dalton. Next one is Joseph John Thomson. Next scientist was Joseph John Thomson. He worked from 1856 to 1940. He examined that he had the idea that there were particles even smaller than the atom. Using a cathode ray, students, this is the scientist. He used cathode ray and proved that there are some small particles present in the atom. These are negatively charged. So Joseph John Thomson discovered the electrons, because electrons are the negatively charged materials. So this is the electrons and this portion is positively material. He does not know what is this. He just proved that he just have idea about the electrons. So John Dalton said that everything is made up of particles. Next, Joseph John proved that all things or atom is made up of some small particles, subatomic particles, that are electrons. This is the work of Joseph John Thomson. Next scientist was Ernest Rutherford. He worked from 1877 to 1937. Students, he had an experiment. He take a gold foil. This is a gold foil. And you know that all things are made up of atoms. This is also made up of atoms. He throw on this foil a beam of positive particles. He had a beam of positive particles and throw this beam to this foil. And he noticed that some beam rays pass through the foil and some beams of the rays reflect back. He said that the center of the thing is made up of some thing. He proved that some small thing is present in the center from which is positively charged, because rays are bounced back, are reflected back, and some rays are passes through easily. So he said that the instead of the center, the outer sides of the atom is empty, because all rays are easily passed, but in the center rays bounce back. It means some positively charged particles, some positively charged thing is present in the center. So Ernest Rutherford discovered the nucleus. This is nucleus. He discovered the nucleus. Next scientist is Niels Bohr. He worked from 1885 to 1962. He worked with the Rutherford, who discovered electrons. He said that electrons present in the atom, these electrons moves in the orbit. Student, this is per nucleus, and around the nucleus some orbits are present. These are orbits. Its example is like the solar system. In the solar system, sun is present in the center. This is like a sun, and around the sun some planets move. And this is the, suppose this is the sun and these are the planets. So nucleus This is in the center, nucleus is present, and around the nucleus electrons move. Electrons move in a specific path, so their path is called orbit. So this is the orbit, and electron moves in its orbits with specific speed. So this is the idea of Niels Bohr. So students, this is the idea about the structure of an atom, that contains the protons and neutrons in the center, and electrons move around the nucleus that is negatively charged. Next, in the history of an atom, first scientist is John Dalton, who discovered that everything is made up of an atom. Next one is Joseph John Thomson, who discovered the electrons in the atom. Next one is Ernest Rutherford, who discovered the nucleus in the center of an atom by doing an experiment in which he threw a beam of positive particles on a gold foil. And last one is Niels Bohr, who worked with Rutherford and said that electrons moves in a specific orbit with specific speed. Our next topic is chemical symbols. What are chemical symbols? Each element has its own unique symbol, a sort of chemical shorthand recognized all over the world. Chemical symbols can be capital letters. Students, all elements have specific symbols. In the periodic table, you will learn a lot of elements, and each elements have a specific symbols. How these symbols is given? Students, for the elements, they are given a symbol. That symbol is the capital letter. So let's see. C, which is the symbol for the element carbon. Carbon is an element for which C, capital C, is used as a symbol. Calcium, for example, has the symbol of Ca. When we are giving two words to a symbol, first word should be capital and second word should be small. So this means calcium. Calcium is the symbol of calcium atom, calcium element. C is capital and A is small. From its English name, calcium is an English name, so its symbol is Ca. Iron. Iron, on the other hand, has the symbol of Fe. Its element's name is iron and its symbol is Fe, which comes from the Latin name ferrum. Ferrum is the name of iron. This is English name and this is Latin name. In Latin, the iron name is ferrum, so its symbol is Fe. F is capital and E is small. Other elements have symbols made up from their first letter and one other letter in its name. Magnesium. Magnesium is an element whose symbol is Mg. M is capital and G is small. Next one is zinc. Zinc is an element whose symbol is Zn. Z is capital and N is small. Are example of these. So these are some symbols of elements. Next one is atomic number and mass number. Atomic number. First of all, we will do atomic number. So understand the atomic number. Students, you have learned that you have discussed about the structure of an atom. In the atom, in the center, nucleus is present, and in the nucleus some subatomic particles are present like protons and neutrons. So what is atomic number? Atomic number is basically the number of protons present in the nucleus. How many protons are present in the nucleus is its atomic number. For example, carbon atom. It's an element or atom. It has 6 protons in the nucleus. So its atomic number is 6. So proton numbers in the nucleus is equal to atomic number. Students, you have to remember that how many protons are present in the nucleus is equal to the electrons that are orbit around the nucleus. जितने ही एटम में प्रोटॉन्स होंगे उतने ही एटम्स में इलेक्ट्रॉन्स भी होंगे. Their numbers are equal. So we can say that atomic number is also equal to the number of electrons in the atom. So atomic number is equal to proton number. Next one is atomic mass. Atomic mass is equal to proton plus neutron numbers. Student, in the nucleus, two kinds of subatomic particles are present. First one is proton particles and second one is neutron particles. And their total numbers, both numbers of protons and neutrons, is called atomic mass. Atomic number is just the number of protons, but atomic mass is both protons and neutrons. Carbon atom has atomic number 6, but atomic mass is equal to 12 because it contains 6 protons and 6 neutrons. So 6 proton plus 6 neutron is equal to 12. So carbon atom has 6 atomic number and 12 atomic mass. Yes student, this is the difference between atomic number, that is equal to the protons in an atom, and atomic and mass number or atomic mass, same thing. Atomic mass or mass number is the protons and neutrons have approximately the same mass. Means mass number is equal to number of protons and number of neutrons. I hope you will understand this. Thank you.